That is the absolute god tier prowess required to one cycle Leviathan. But before I go into exactly how to do so, allow me to remind you that this video is sponsored by the Devil Daggers Safety Gatekeeping Alliance. Did you know that approximately 20 runs a day are lost to one cycle attempts? That's 20 unnecessary additions to the global deaths counter. Realistically, you shouldn't attempt one cycles. But we ain't here for what you should realistically be doing, and to be fair, I Nuva requested this video, and judging by his score, I reckon he could reliably pull off a one cycle. The question is, could you? Either way, stay tuned because you might find something useful in what I cover in this here guide anyway. Before we get into the nitty gritty of doing the dirty deed in Devil Daggers, we gotta make sure you can tech well. There are a plethora of guides out there on how to master this elusive concept. Go watch Cookie's video, watch TSTAB's video, and of course check out Bintr's guides too. Good tech comes from building up that muscle memory, so to reduce the amount of times you choke at Levy, you gotta just keep practicing it. Of course, the angle and distance of Levy's nodes are awkward to nail tech on, so it's only natural for you to fuck up a few times there. You might want to give a Leviathan spawn set spin for maximum practiceness. Regarding consistent tech, I tend to keep in mind that it is down to muscle memory. I find most of my tech hiccups lie within moments of overthinking it. If I try to focus on my tech too much, I'll fuck it up. One way I try to divert the overthinkery is by using my Wazda hand to move around while teching. I find that this allows the autonomy to kick in for the mouse hand. That's just something that works for me sometimes. Of course, the tried, true and tested and true and tried and tested method would be to slap on some absolute tunes. Drum and bass is pretty perfect for tech tempo in my opinion. If you're not an absolute EDM I also like to slap on King Gizzard's Rattlesnake, not only for the decent tempo alignment, but also for this cracking snake charmer moment. Okay, so once you have the dank tech down, you can absolutely nail Levy and smash orb. Obviously, you should learn the optimal preferred method of downing Levy first. Go nail Levy, and make sure you lose count of how many times you've done it before you even consider one cycling. The reason I trust Nuva to reliably pull off one cycles is that his score tells me that he has the experience of downing Leviathan normally. You do not want to attempt one cycling if you're not experienced with killing Levy already. This should be pretty obvious. Okay, so let's look at the best case scenario that we're after. Beautiful, right? So let's rewind that and break it down. So it typically takes 6 shots to take out a node on Levy. What you want to do is not sit on your ass and wait for each node to die before moving on to the next one. You need to make sure you keep a steady, solid aim on each node to be sure that the 6th shot is going to absolutely take out that node. There is a slight room for error. You can afford to fail on the last shot and quickly readjust to finish off a node before focusing the next one. But the window in which you can do so is considerably tighter than if you were just going for a regular Levy downing. You obviously need to be quick here. Practice is what makes you able to nail these nodes quickly. Now usually when Levy is going down, you've killed the first wave of skulls and you're about to deal with some 3s. However, within one cycle the 3s haven't spawned yet, and the beckoned wave is still intact. This is where it turns ugly if you're too slow, as you could be dealing with an entire wave of transmuted nuggets. A good moment to judge whether or not it's wise to be going for the one cycle is on the second to last node. If you see red skulls at the base of Levy with barely a scratch on the 5th node, you're probably fucked. You want to be on the last node when skulls are being sucked. If you've only landed like 2 shots on the 5th node and there's sucking occurring, bail on the one cycle and kill those beckoned dingles. Okay, so the great chandelier is falling, the first wave is loose, and the squid 2s are just about spawning. Now's your chance to spray some homo pigeons. A general rule of thumb when homos are in play is to manually kill those skulls in order to maximise the efficiency of homos on squids. Those little dingles aren't for the homings to kill, they're for you to kill yourself. As you can see, in this best case scenario, all the squids before the second squid 3 are downed before they have a chance to gush. But in your average one cycle, you're gonna have to deal with at least the first squid 3 manually. The one cycle gives you the luxury to ignore orb for a little longer, so don't feel too pressured to immediately start teching it. Though of course you shouldn't sleep on orb for too long. If you haven't fucked up somehow, you should be downing orb right before the next skull 4 is on your ass. And now you can tech your way comfortably to Gigapede 4. That's basically it. Like with everything else in this game, you're gonna have to do this a few times to get a feel for the right actions to take. Just try not to overuse and make sure you either commit or bail on the 5th node. Good luck, and don't fuck up.